Hello YouTube, just wanted to give an update for my Qronge that I've been riding around for about a month now, and I put a good amount of mileage on it. I would say I got a little GPS on it. Since I've gotten the GPS, it's claimed that I put about 72 miles on it, which is believable, but I've already probably put 70 miles or more on it before I got the GPS. But this thing has been a fun little accessory on here because obviously anybody owns one of these knows that the miles per hour is a little inaccurate. I've watched videos on people claiming that if you turn the headlight on and off a few times in a certain sequence, you're able to get into here to program it a little bit. I tried it a couple of times. I was unsuccessful at programming it. And doing that, I ended up just buying a little GPS because this thing is obviously being a lot more accurate. And when you go on longer rides and stuff like that, it's nice to be able to see your max speed and your average speed and everything like that. I did end up taking the rear brake off and the turn signals. I ended up looping it one time, doing a wheelie, and it didn't really hurt those components at all. They're all still there and anything like that. But it sticks out a little bit more, and I'm not really riding on the street too much, so I don't really need that brake light in the turn signals or anything like that. I'm not really doing anything where I feel like I would need that. I've been in contact with Qronge and their support team trying to get some new parts. They've been very communicative and back and forth, and so they're very good people. And so Amy is who I've been working with, and she is sending me, I've just purchased, and I think they're supposed to be here on Saturday. I just purchased a chain guard, and I don't know what's coming. I believe this part's coming. I'm not sure. They might have sent me this part as well, but that part's supposed to be coming. I'll probably do a little video on installing that, but I don't know if I'm going to install it right away because this one is still in really good shape. It's just I wanted to be proactive on that part. And then otherwise, this thing has been, I haven't done anything to it, and it's just been, other than, you know, twist this up a little bit, the key, so I don't hit my knee on it when I'm going up these hills and doing all the stuff I like to do. But otherwise, the bike has been pretty much flawless. Besides for, like I mentioned in the previous review video I did end up getting a flat tire, and I got a replacement. After I got the replacement, I've had extreme luck with that, front wheel, stock wheel. But I'm gonna do a little video right now. Just wanted to catch you up on what I've done, pretty much nothing. And but I'll do a video on the miles per hour. I'll try to do a max speed for you guys, but I'm gonna go and do a couple little runs right here. Right here, there's a little area you can go up and around. And then I'll go down the way, we'll do a couple little hill climbs, and then we'll do a max speed run, and we'll see how my new camera setup is working. I was mentioned in the last video I was probably going to get a new setup. I did end up getting a new little setup, and then we'll see how it all works out. You caught that, but ain't shit. Oh. Going a little too hard for the video, and I got my arm and I went into the mud. Oh, little raspberry. Never. All right, here we are at the next location. Couple of hill climbs. What I like to zip up a little bit. I don't know how well the camera will follow me, but we'll see how good it does. We'll try to do our best. I probably should give a little bit of a close-up on what I did when I just ate it. I got my throttle a little bit muddy because that was some thick mud over there. And over here, the key is a little muddy. Got a little mud up there, but otherwise everything is fine and dandy. This is maybe like the second or third time I've fallen on it. It happens. If you go out and you expect not to fall, then you are probably in the wrong activity. But anyways, here's an update on the arm. Little raspberry, but it will be all fine. The wife will probably not be too happy, but you know, oh well. Happens. All right. I haven't been over here in a minute, so let's see if I can still make it up to this. Really catch me going up, so I'm going to lock the camera in place and try to get a good angle. Let's see here. It's a good angle. I think if you can get me going all the way up and doing my full loop. Going up the steep part. One more, that wasn't too clean. Couple of hill climbs. All right, I got the chest rig on now. Here's a little close-up of the GPS. You just hit this top button. It tells you your average, tells you your max, tells you your current. My average, I did. See, this is this is recent mileage. I did, I think, 12.5 miles. Through canyon riding, really steep hills and stuff like that. My average speed was 12 miles an hour, and it took me about an hour and like, I don't know, about an hour. So it was a good little trip, little haul. But yeah, this thing, I trust this thing to take me pretty far. All right, I'm gonna go, and we're gonna take you up this hill a little bit. Twisted that a little bit when I fell, but you know, shit happens. Try to go up the steep one first. And then at this camera, you gotta face it back as far as you possibly can in order to get some kind of shot. Because I don't wanna be looking straight down. All right, let's go. Let's see, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go up and around, and then we'll do a couple of hill climbs. All right, here we go. All right. I'm know if this is the kind of riding you guys like to do, a little more technical, but this bike works really good for it. And this is what I'm into, is the deer trails. Trying to go around and find new places to go. What I'm into. And then going back down. Do a quick one. And go back down this way. And then we can go back down this way. And this is that steep one. Woo! Now we'll go up the steep one. Okay. Go back up and around. All right. Nice. And I think we should do one more, seeing how high up I can make it before we go do our speed run. Mess that up. Maybe we go this way. All right. Let's see if we can keep going. It's a rock. Just rained, so I got really good traction right now with this new back tire. Let's go like this. Let's whip this thing this way and start going up this way. I'm gonna try to make it to the rock at least. Whoop. Get a little run up right here, and see if this works. Whoop. Lots of traction right there. Really nice not having a gas motor and having to worry about weeds and brush and everything like that, even though it's a little wet during the summer. In theory, you could do this and not be super concerned about burning the world down. I live in California. They kill you if you burn it down. All right, let's keep going this way. See where this goes. Oop. And here we are at the rock. I don't think I'm making it up right there. That's really steep. Oh. Let's see where we can get if we go this way. The deer trail vanished. And clearly something was sleeping right there. But this is why I bought this thing. Explore. And oh boy, does it explore. Well, if I go down right here, we'll see. Maybe you guys will see me eat crap twice. All right. These are a little big. Hit the horn every once in a while. That's why I had to turn the key up, because I kept kind of kneeing the key a little bit. It'd be nice to have an upgrade where, I think I've mentioned this before in a previous video, where I was able to relocate the key, or even be able to take the key and, you know, put it somewhere else. It'd be nice if I knew how this was all wired up, and if I could, you know, it looks like it's all one wire though. I don't want to start messing with the throttle. What do you think? Should I go down this? Straight back to where I was. It's pretty much a vertical cliff right here. Probably not the smartest, but we're gonna do it. Hold on. Yeah, well, that went pretty much exactly how I expected it to go. But we're good. The nice thing about having the key though is when you do drop it like this, you can just kind of grab it however you want. The throttle and stuff, just turn the key off. I hit that rock right there. I was not expecting that. But what do you, can't really expect much when you're in the freaking bushes and can't see shit. All right, we are going to continue on. Put this bad boy back in mode 3 and keep going down this way. I think that big cliff, big rock where you just made it up is like right here somewhere. A little caterpillar, yucca, lots of thick bushes. I'm going down some more. Oh my god. Alright. There's a deer trail. Try to go that way. Alright. Come on. I know there's a big drop right here somewhere. I'm trying to avoid that. Holy crap. Oh. Alright. Some more downhill. Alright, here we go. I think this is where I came up earlier. Yep, there's a rock over there. So I just need to keep going this direction and I should meet up with my trail. Hopefully not fall again. That's embarrassing. Oh, here we go. Boom. Back where we came from. Doesn't count. Maybe it does. It's stuck on my leg. Ha-ha. The bigger one might make my legs work a little bit better on this kind of terrain, but holy macaroni. All right, here we go. Do a little bit more riding before we go. We're gonna do a speed test. My guess is we're gonna need to be angled like that. I'll probably zoom in just a little bit for you guys. All right, so what we are gonna do is we're gonna turn this thing off like this, turn it back on. It should be zeroed out. All right, so average 0, max 0, current 0, distance 0, time 0. All right, we are in mode 1. So mode 1, we're gonna show how fast it tops out. Makes a weird noise when you're topping out in a gear because it doesn't want to go any faster, so it kind of like holds the bike back a little bit. So, mode 1 is 18 miles an hour. Switch to mode 2. We're going. That is 33. Mode 3. I'm about to turn, I lost my hat. Alright. Turn you guys up just a little bit. Go get my hat on the road. We are going to do. So another thing that I've done on this, what a lot of e-bikes have, is people have to cut the brake so they could use the throttle while braking, right? So if I do the front brake, I haven't disconnected the front brake. I could do the front brake and then there's no power, right? It's killed. You can see that there is a light on and no power. Zoom out a little bit. No power, right? But you take it off, obviously you got the power. Over here though, I've disconnected it, so the bike will still go even though you can see the no brake light turns on when I pull this. And so what you could do then is you can kind of do a launch. So if you hold on to the brake, give it some throttle, build some juice, you can take off pretty quick. So 45 where we're maxing out at. Let's see here. What do we got? Got average 24, max 45.4. So that's what we're getting. And that was 0.7 of a mile. And it took us a minute to do that little quick run. So that's speed wise. We'll do one more quick little run around the property and back to the house. Down the dirt or down the asphalt, turn onto the dirt, bring us back to the house. Mode 3, we've used 1 bar. Whip down one of these rows of lemons. Got a little berm going right here. Back to the house.